Hello everyone and welcome to PF International. We are here for the Kartmasters Grand Prix live lounge. My name's Chris McCarthy. I'm going to be hosting the live lounge for you today. It's Saturday here at Kartmasters. Today we have a brand new format for the heats that have been introduced, which we're going to talk a little bit about with Nigel Edwards, Clerk of the course as ever. Nigel, thank you very much for taking the time to join us here in the live lounge. We probably only have about 5 minutes of your time because warm-up is just finished, so we're going to be going into the heats very shortly. First of all, how excited are you to be back? Another year of the Kartmasters meeting, and as ever, in a really exciting atmosphere around the paddock.
Yeah, no, fantastic, Chris. Welcome to you as well, and congratulations on your form at the moment, obviously on an upward trend as a commentator. Well done on that. But no, fantastic, great to be back. Obviously, Kartmasters Grand Prix. It's probably the blue remit event of karting in the UK. Lots of other big meetings, I know, and everybody credit to those people who run those. But obviously, the GP and Kartmasters has a long history, and the event itself is just a one-off special, really. Very, very important to Trent Valley Kart Club. Obviously, very important to PF International. Traditional history and lots of names, as you know, on the old trophies there. So, yeah, busy weekend for everybody, but hopefully an enjoyable weekend as well. Apparently the sun's going to shine, so it should be great.
Yeah, the British Kart Grand Prix, of course, which has been running since '96. Everyone fighting for that GP play. We've had some changes to the format this year. I just want to talk to you a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Just run us through some of the changes and
of
why those were brought in this year.
Yeah. I mean, we've done several things in the years gone by. The last 2 or 3 years, we've become a little bit more stable with the time qualifying and heats type format, which is probably traditionally how you'd run on the continent and probably at the higher level of karting anyway. And that seems to fit the bill, but we thought we just wanted to, whether we spiced it up too much or not, I'm not sure, but we've gone back to, on Saturday. Friday is that format, TQ and heats, but Saturday we've gone to the, I'll call it the old school. Maybe some of the people in karting don't understand what I mean by that, but generally in the old days we never had timekeeping or qualification or whatever. You just ended up running 3 heats, and your general analysis of that is you'll have a front, a middle and a back. So even if you're maybe not the guy that's ever going to win a time qualifying or be up front in the event, you've got an opportunity to be on the front of the grid maybe for your moment of glory. So we just thought that sort of fitted the bill for Kartmasters. You know, it's something quite different at the moment. Yes, I know some clubs still run the 3 heat system, but at Trent Valley that's something we haven't done for years. So it's a bit tongue-in-cheek. I'm hoping everything is going to go well. You know, we're always a little bit nervous. It's always big grids. It's always complicated at the first couple of corners. So you know, I'm hoping the guys can handle it. I'm pretty sure they will. But it'll be a very different format, and hopefully it will give a few guys, you know, maybe, you know, nearly at the front or middle orders, you know, their moment of glory. Maybe they'll be able to win one of those heats. So fantastic.
Yeah, huge fan of it personally. When do you think the last time was we might have seen a 3 heat format at Kartmasters?
I would have thought 5 years plus. I would have thought.
Yeah. It's going back quite a way.
Yeah, as soon as the transponder system came in and we got into timing and that sort of thing, we took on pretty much the time qualifying system. So you know, it should be great. And I say, I just hope it gives those guys just their moment of opportunity at Kartmasters. So
I heard Henry Baudet up in the commentary box yesterday. I think it was during qualifying actually, when they were down. Seeing the guys coming in after qualifying, he said this is now the ultimate challenge, which I thought was a really great way of describing Kartmasters now, where you have one day as a qualifying in 2 heats and then one day as 3. Was that the thinking behind it?
Yes, I think it was. You know, very much more a mixed format, and I think the other thing as well that it does now, it's actually created 5 heats. So we've got 2 on the Saturday, which normally, 2 on the Friday. You'd normally have 2 Friday and 2 Saturday, your time quality and your 2 heats for each day, so 4 heats. But of course now, with creating that 3, people have got 5 heats to race in, which is great. And you know, it perhaps gives a little bit more leeway if you do have one bad heat. It's not the end of the world. So it's brought in a few other like nice little quirky things, which hopefully will go down well. Yeah, it'll be good.
And let's move to drivers then. I think we're just shy of 300 entries, about 15 different nations represented. We've got more than ever drivers doing the double, going for the double, which only 2 drivers have ever done in the faster course, which Noah Wolf did last year, trying to do the same again. As a club, are you happy with the amount that's entered?
I think so.
Walking around the paddock this morning, it took me a long time to get round. So.
Yes, no, it's good, and I think it's always tricky when you're at this level that you want a balance between some kind of track quality for your guys. You know, you've got to give them some kind of quality weekend on the track. We all know Kartmasters is a little bit stretched out, but nevertheless, we hope that, you know, the customer has got a pretty decent deal out of it. And in numbers terms, obviously, you know, we put a lot into the event. You know, lots of prizes, prize money. Obviously, we've got our live stream people. You know, we've got a live screen. You know, big screen out in the paddock, and you know, it all comes at a cost. So there's obviously, it's quite an expensive meeting to put on. So for us, this meeting is about either breaking even. If we make a few, you know, a little bit of profit, that's absolutely fine. But it's more about breaking even or being somewhere near, but giving a quality product. You know, the quality of the prizes, hopefully some quality on track. So it's always a balance, you know, and it's like any business, it's like any kart club, you know. Yes, we'd love 350 entries, but whether we can actually manage that and make a good show of it on the track, I'm not sure. I think the way it's spread out, you know, the number of classes and, you know, 7 main classes and the Water Swift, I think it's worked out well.
And for people thinking of coming down tomorrow, there is more than ever going on here, isn't there? Like you said, the big screen going up and the amount of entertainment around.
Yeah, we've got entertainment out in the paddock there. We've got the village areas, we call it. You know, we've got the pizza huts. We've got, you know, roasters going on all. You know, we've got the cafe, the restaurant, the bar, everything there. You know, a nice little area and a nice feel to it. So I hope, you know, that with the big screen there now as well, that generates some real enthusiasm out there, which is what we want. You know, you want the event to feel good, you know. And I'm sure you remember, like, the one that sticks in my head is the Barneycoat one, where, you know, it's like in 5th place, 6th place, whatever, going to the last couple of corners, and he comes out the winner. The grandstand just went absolutely berserk. And that for me was like, wow, this has created at a kart meeting a real atmosphere, and that's what we want Kartmasters to be.
Yeah, I remember when Kean Jewis won from the pit lane, and when he came out the second hairpin and took the lead from 3rd place, and I could hear him from up in the commentary box. That was absolutely brilliant.
That's nice to hear at a kart meeting, isn't it? Because we don't always get too many spectators. But, you know, the place is open, you know, spectators are allowed. You know, we've had the COVID situation for a couple of years, which has made it very tricky. But this year, it's all systems go. If you want to come along, absolutely, get yourself here.
And from your personal point of view, obviously, Clerk in the meeting, you've done that all over the world with the FIA Karting Championships, European and World, Rotax Grand Finals. How does this compare to doing those meetings? I mean, this must be a very, very special one to do in comparison.
It is. It's ours, isn't it? If you know what I mean. And it's Trent Valley's, and obviously, you know, that's, you know, being chairman of the club, that's like the pinnacle of what we can do. And this is the showcase really for us, you know. And as you know, even when we run our club meetings and items, you know, it's still, you know, regulated. It's done as professional as we can make it, and you know, we hope the guys have a good experience. Sometimes, you know, how it goes is that I don't really like that. You know, well, I'm sorry. You know, that's the reg. You know, we've got that, and everybody's on the same plane. You know, we try to make it even for everybody. It might feel a little bit regulated, but at least that way everybody's on the same level playing field. But for sure, you know, being here at PFI, which, you know, we've promoted that, you know, with that 27 World Championship, and that put us really on the map. Fantastic event. But no, Kartmasters is always like our pinnacle of the year, and from chairman of the club, from all our board members, everybody that works hard behind the scenes to make it happen and give it that little bit of glitz and glamour. And I think that's the bit that gives me the little bit of a buzz, is to get to Sunday night, like, and you think, wow, you know, it was good. And like I say, the grandstand, you know, you just want people to, you know, get into it, get involved in the sport. And for me, fantastic. It is a highlight, obviously, of my year here.
And just tell us a little bit about the guest class we've got here this weekend as well. Is that something we can expect to see more going forward?
I think so, and I think obviously with Motorsport UK changing a little bit some of the regulations next year for the cadet class particularly, which I think does need probably a bit of a refresh and probably a bit more modern equipment. You know, we've got the Water Swift here. You know, Rotax have got their Micromax as well. You know. Those new products coming along, I think, is fantastic, and I think to showcase it if we can, and obviously, you know, we've got support from Miami. You know, one of the guys is going to win a ticket to their World Finals. No, it's fantastic, and again, it's just a little bit different, isn't it? You know, it just spices it up and makes it a little bit more attractive. So. Yeah,
you mentioned prizes there, £20,000 worth of prizes this year.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the biggest amounts that's ever been
it's
put
heading
forward.
that way, yeah, it certainly is. It's right on top of what we've got. You know, things from tyres, you know, Project One have helped us with helmets. We're a tool supplied, you know, a toolbox, which is absolutely fantastic, you know, bit of kit there. And our other sponsors that have been in and helped us as well, you know, Jag always help us immensely. JM and Miami are always helpful. Russell Anderson from Dunlop, you know, so all these people, I know they're a little bit integrated within our sport, but you know, when it comes to Kartmasters, just like we feel it, I think they feel it, and we want to help you make it the best. So, no, thanks to all our sponsors, it's been great.
It always brings some big names back as well. Ollie Rowland here with his team as well, fresh from racing in London in the E-Prix. So
it's good. It's good.
That's great to see.
And we've got Mr. Ravenscroft. I don't know if you've seen him. You know, 2 years away, and you know, nice to see how he goes.
I've heard rumours that Mr. Norris might be coming as well. But with all those prizes, of course, the main thing they're going for is the GP plate, isn't it? You can, you know, that's it. You can't put a price on running that for a season.
Certainly not, and that doesn't it. You know, having that prize that is elusive to everybody but just the one person. It's not probably quite as elusive as number one plate, but for me it's on a par. So winning your GP plate, you know, you know, with the field that we've got here, and it's a quality field, it's all national level drivers, you've got to be some boy or girl to get that plate.
And final question, Nigel, you've been out there for a day already, yesterday, watching the racing. How do you see the quality of the racing so far? How's it been across the classes?
I think it was probably a typical day one, and day one is always a little bit lively. I think there was one or two incidents that perhaps weren't so necessary. And I spoke to a couple of the guys during the course of the day, and some are youngsters, you know, that with the pair. Guys, you've got 5 heats, you just need to get 5 sets of points. You know, it's no good winning the first one and then crashing out in the second one. So I think day one is always, I say, a little bit lively, and I think day two, I'm hoping, will settle a little bit. You know, people get into the routine and realise they've got to collect some points. You know, you can't be on the sidelines. So, no, good start. Good start.
I'm going to put you on the spot here slightly. I hope you don't mind this, right? Because we have a question of the day that we're asking everyone.
Right.
Okay. It's a bit unfair because a lot of the other guys might have a bit more time to think about this. So our question of the day is: if you could go back in time and race in any Kartmasters in any class, which would it be and why? And you've watched probably all of them. Is there any, if you could have got in one of those carts in one of those races, do any stick out, or is it too hard?
I would have liked to have been Kean Jewish, like you said, because that must have
right,
been an
so
absolute
Honda Cadet,
momentum.
Honda Cadet 2014.
And I say the Barnacote one sticks in my head as well. Yeah, I think just the drama of the whole thing is probably one of the highest dramas we've had. So for me,
I could see it. Commentating Nigel Edwards going from 31st, I could see that. Well,
fantastic.
Nigel, thanks very much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Have a brilliant day. This has been the first episode of the Live Lounge. We're going to be doing these all day. Be sure to tune in to the live stream as well, where we're going to have live action across both days. 30 hours of live streaming coming to you here from PF International this weekend.